Fight! Clash of Champs. Download free.
Matt, what do you think about Fighters Union?
I think everybody knows I'm a big fan of the Fighters Union, right? I think that as long as it's done properly, I think that the fact that there are 3 split factions, I think, is highly unfortunate. That people can't put their egos aside and be like, all right, look, let's get the common good here. Let's work for these goals. Let's have everybody that can be possibly informed be as informed as this. Say, look, these are the top 5 things that we have to do, top 7 things that we have to do. Then you focus on those things, and afterwards, after we get everybody to make a vote and make everything work, now we can bicker and jockey for a position about, well, I did this and I did that and I want to be this. I couldn't care less who's in power for whatever, but everybody's ego is affecting the greater good.
What's the number one reason for it? Is it for guys who retire? Is it to protect guys? Like, what specifically?
I think it's protection, right? What are you talking about? The jockey, the ego jockeying?
No. The reason for a union in general. You guys have been doing this.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, it's that we've been taken advantage of willingly because I don't think many of us were educated enough on the finer aspects of a business or being an athlete. And I think that we were taken advantage of for a long time. I think that we were naive about a whole lot. And I think that we were so afraid of either being cut or being blackballed or giving really bad fights or whatever, or being, oh yeah, you fight 4 times last year, but now you split out, you're going to fight once this year, and it's going to be at the end of the year. Kind of a situation where you have to scrap for cash, or pick up a side job or whatever else. I think we're always so afraid of the retribution on that. So I think that I think that's the reason why we need a union. I think the fact that we can have somebody that we can lean on that can go fight for us, and when some sideways stuff happens, which does happen on a regular basis, right? Like for example, I have a friend of mine who just got signed to fight a major name in a different organization, and a ranked guy. My friend is not ranked at all, pretty much off the radar, and he's going to get peanuts to fight him. Like, that's what? You're going to fight a guy who's one of the best in the world, and you're going to get peanuts to fight him, and there's nothing there for you? Like, and he's too afraid to ask for say, look, man, I feel like this is the situation. I want a rider on this or whatever else. Like, this
There's
needs
no
to be
sustainability. He's fighting a top level guy
right?
for nothing.
For nothing, for peanuts, or just for the opportunity to say I'm in the UFC or Ryzen or whoever. That's madness. Like, you need to be compensated. You're going to risk never being the same human being ever again every time you walk in a cage. And you're going to do that for peanuts just to appease these dudes, to hopefully that they're going to come back and give you some kind of a fair shake. What happens if you beat this guy who's ranked in the world? They're going to give you an easier fight next time for pennies? Hell no. You're getting paid more because you just won and you just showed this. So now you're going to have a harder fight for a toenail's worth more money? Go to hell, man. It's not.
When you add up all the money you've made in your fights, is it worth the damage, or do you feel you deserve more?
I always deserve more, man. You kidding me? Like, I always deserve more. Like, we don't get paid enough. But like, just like the Diaz's say, like, doesn't matter how much I get paid, I deserve more, right? Like, it's a situation that comes up. Like, especially, dude, I fought my first, and I understand I was on Ultimate Fighter and I had no fights ahead of time, but I fought my first 7 fights for 3 at 8-8, 3 at 10-10, and 1 for 12-12, right? So like, and I lost 2 of those. I lost for 10 and 12, so that's what's that, 16, 30, 32, 48. I fought 8 fights for less than $100,000. Like, really?
It adds up to minimum wage if you divide the years and the average.
I mean, I'm sure it does. And that's not fair for people to come in. So we bumped it up. Okay, so now the base is 12 and 12 now. All right, well, if you lose, you're still fighting for 12 and 12. Like, there's nothing, and it's stupid. A split purse is ignorant. All it is a way for promoters to save money and to put a carrot in front of a horse. That's all it is. Like, oh, well, if you win, you're gonna go, you'll get 24 grand. Well, who's fighting out there? All that does is make safe fighters to fight like bullshit, right? Or it makes it so you can't base your financial life. You can't say, well, after this fight, I'll have 24 grand. After this fight, look, and that's what people do. That's how they get in trouble. Like, well, after this, because you always think you're going to win, I'll get 24 grand. Well, dude, you lost. So now you get 12 grand, plus you have to pay out your percentages and your coaches and your taxes and everything else. Good job. You got $4,000. Good for you. And that's the way it is. And then so you end up, and you're like, what the hell do I do? Now you're living on a couch of some guy that you don't really know that well because you're living in a gym and you're showering. Yeah, really, man. Like,
you're headlining on TV.
Yeah, right. Yeah, good. Yeah, and you're on the main card. Everybody knows your name now, but you ain't got shit for it. Good job, Chuck. Like, That's the way it goes. It's a rough gig. But like they say, well, you choose to be in that profession. Well, yeah, but we should have rights and protections for us, and that's the reason why we need a union to bring it back to that.
All right, guys.